It's happening right now.
Wisconsin's recount is nearing the finish line today. We'll tell you if Dane County is on schedule to finish its ballot count.
And with the Department of Workforce Development's announcement that it will clear a backlog of unemployment claims, we're looking at who will get relief and who could be kept waiting.
And new technology in Green Bay is bringing the elderly and their families together virtually on this Sunday, November 29th. A very good morning to you on this Sunday. We're looking at, I would say, just a typical November day, a little bit cooler than yesterday, but altogether not too bad. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Sarah Massler-Donar.
And I'm Jessica Port. All right, Catherine, thank you. This morning, we are expecting official results from the Dane County recount.
The county's clerk announced last night that workers finished counting the ballots.
The totals are being put together. We are not going to be able to be ready to certify tonight, so we'll be here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to complete the certification.
Election workers finished counting around 7:30 last night. It was the 8th day of the recount in Dane County. Milwaukee County certified its recount Friday. The state of Wisconsin will then certify the statewide election on Tuesday. Joe Biden won Wisconsin by about 20,000 votes. And President Trump tweeted that Wisconsin's recount was not about finding mistakes, but about finding people who voted illegally. He said he'll bring his argument to court next week.
The Pennsylvania Supreme Court is throwing out another election-related lawsuit. Congressman Mike Kelly and other Republicans wanted to block certification of the vote and invalidate absentee ballots. The justices said if they objected to those types of votes, they should have said so when officials set up absentee protocols a year ago. Biden won Pennsylvania by about 80,000 votes. The time is now just about 6:04. Since the pandemic started, the State Department of Workforce Development has been overwhelmed with unemployment claims.
But the agency is making progress. It's received almost 7 million weekly claims since March 15th, and it paid out more than $4 billion. But right now, there are still more than 70,000 Wisconsinites waiting for those benefits. But the DWD says that number will drop significantly within the next few days.
Capitol Bureau Chief Emily Fannin has you covered on how many people could see some relief and why some are still left waiting. Emily, thank you. Time now is 6:06. More than 70,000 people have COVID-19 in Wisconsin after 1,300 more tested positive on Friday. Total hospitalizations have been going down over the last few days, though 167 more people were admitted in the last 24 hours. 28 more people have died. Since the pandemic started, more than 380,000 people have had COVID-19 in Wisconsin.
Nearly 8 months after she first got sick, a Stoughton woman is sharing her experience of being in the ICU with COVID-19. Amy Housen had to be intubated twice during the 2 weeks she was hospitalized. She says she knows not everyone who gets sick will have a severe case like she did, but she does want everyone to know what it's like for the people who do.
I'm glad for people if they don't get very sick, but you don't know who is going to get very sick and who's not. And if this was your mother or daughter or aunt or good friend, you don't want to see them go through this. It's just, it's scary.
Housen says it took almost 2 months for her to start feeling normal again. She says she doesn't have any lingering symptoms.
Some COVID-19 patients are still feeling the lingering effects of their illness weeks or months later, even though they have recovered. Adrienne Pedersen talks to one of those patients and her doctor this morning on Up Front.
All right, Adrienne, thank you. For the last 10 years, small businesses have gotten a boost thanks to the nationwide push that highlights them every Saturday after Thanksgiving. Yesterday, some Madison businesses told us that the Saturday support is more crucial than ever as the pandemic wears on. With coronavirus restrictions in place, a clothing store, Zip Dang, in Madison, only allowed 4 customers in at a time, but owner Natalie Bass says they were still busy. She says business is down 30%, but people are still shopping for non-essential items as pick-me-ups.
Because of what's going on and because everything is so hard right now, like happiness and
gifting yourself and gifting a friend, even giving cards, little gifts and things are really important right now, and people really seem to have been embracing that.
Bass says the one day won't fix all their issues, but the lasting awareness they get out of it is key.
The group being by locals says each dollar you spend at an independent business returns 3 times more money to your local economy than one spent at a big box store or chain. About 20% of businesses on State Street in Madison and around the Capitol Square have closed this year. Dane By Locals executive director hopes more people think to shop small to save small businesses before it's too late.
You can't go outside, but you can't get on the internet, so it's like, okay, what do I do?
6:09 now. Residents in Douglas County are struggling to get internet access, and nowadays it's something that's critical. So officials are hoping a county-wide internet survey will help them figure out what areas need better broadband access. An IT official says filling out the survey can provide a real benefit.
One of the benefits of filling this out is that the less likely of having to bring something in for, hey, I think my computer has a problem, but really it's the internet connection, your stability connection.
The mayor of Superior also launched a similar initiative last week called the Superior Broadband Survey.
An assisted living facility in Green Bay is introducing a technological way to connect families. This is Raleigh, and its goal is to break up some of the feelings of social isolation while bringing families and residents together over Zoom meetings. St. Paul is the second business nationwide to get a grant for the technology.
Over these last several months, it's been really a need to bring those families back in, and we really wanted to keep them connected. So using iPads, but now having Rolly is just another way to keep families connected, really seeing that need for family involvement again.
The group also is using Rolly to help with creative activities for people with Alzheimer's and dementia.
Well, the election may be over, but both sides of the political aisle are still feeling the stress. We have how you can recognize it and cope with it.
And we usually think of crepes as being more on the sweet side, but coming up, a chef is making a savory recipe that will get your taste buds watering. Look at that. It is 6:11. You're watching Wake Up Wisconsin Weekend. Your local weather is up next.